live chat on YouTube. It's 5 p.m. here at Bangalore. The weather is probably around 30 degrees Celsius. It's quite warm in the early morning and quite chilly in the morning and chilly in the evening. So the way it works is there's a new format, the new forum that we are trying to interact with our applicants. So you should be able to see us, hear us. If you have any questions, you should be typing in the chat window. Yes. My name is Rajagopal. I anchor the admissions team here at Azim Premji University. So my colleague Sheetal has been helping me with all the setup for this chat session to happen. So I do see some questions coming in. Probably I'll take it in the way it comes, right? So Sheetal, can we see those questions and we'll start answering those questions? Okay.
After we restart the questions, they have to ask us.
They have to ask the questions. I think I did see a question on I don't remember the name. She was asking the weightage for the questions, right? The questions on the test. I think I did see a question on I don't remember the name. You will asking 3 sections: the weightage, multiple choice questions. Right, and the first question is, I think the first section is going to be what we call the reading comprehension, and the second section is what we call logical ability, and the third one is going to be general and social awareness. And if the question is regarding the number of questions, you will have 20 questions in reading and comprehension, 20 in the logical ability, and then 50 questions in general and social awareness. If there are further follow-up questions, please do ask. Can we go to the preview window, or no, we have to ask that question?
This is a preview window.
This is the preview window.
5 people are watching.
Right. And people who have completed their form, I mean, they will be getting a lot of questions asking, how do I prepare for the entrance test. That's what is going to come first on the 22nd of January. To start, I would say go and take a look at our previous year's question paper. All the national entrance test papers are available on the website under a section called downloads. If you go to the admissions page, if you go to the website and click admissions, and there is a section called downloads, is where you will see all those question papers. So that should give you a fair amount of idea of the level, or if even or how tough or easy that's going to be. It's more of a selection test. It's not, we would like to call as many as possible and to have a discussions with you to what we call the interview. So that's where I would start. If I have to prepare for any examination, then absolutely I would keep reading the current affairs, what's happening around us, what's happening in the world, and be up to date with general and social awareness, right? My first source of information would be the newspapers, definitely. Then I would, depending on the program that you applied, you would have chosen which program as a first preference. You would have given either education or development or public policy and governance, or if it's a law, you would have chosen law. Law is more straightforward. They've done their undergraduate program in law, and they're going to enroll for a postgraduate program in law. The other 3 programs are quite different in the sense it's interdisciplinary. Right? So if you've chosen education, you should know that our education program is not a teacher preparatory program. So try reading, understanding about, you should know yourself as to why you have chosen education, or for that matter development. So try reading more about, gather more information. Same holds true for public policy and governance. So Charan, I'm taking your question. Thanks for joining. The weightage, see the weightage, it's all there's no special weightage. Everything gets equal amount of marks. All the sections are important. So there's no special weightage for reading comprehension. We would like to see in all these 3 areas how are you performing, and then make a decision, right? So if you're asking for the number of questions, Charan, it's 20 in reading comprehension, 20 in reasoning, and 50 in general and social awareness. Right? So that doesn't change. So you can guess the weightage, right? The weightage in the sense, it's, yeah, we are looking for more about how much socially aware are you as an individual, right? Hopefully that answers your question. Riti, I'm taking your question next. Cutoff score, yeah. I mean, there's no cutoff score as such. We would like to rank you all, and it's only later as a committee, as admissions committee, we would sit and then decide what should be the cutoff. I'll repeat what I said before, and we would like to invite as many students as possible for the discussions. So right, so it's more of a selection test. Who will not make it for the selection list will be if you have done too bad, terribly bad in terms of not able to handle the reading comprehension, not able to handle the logical ability, can't even answer many questions in general social awareness, right? Hello Harshika, good to have you. Gurudev, I'll take your question. Self-earning, doing part-time, income is less, am I eligible for education loan? I have to finance it by myself. Thank you. That's a good question which I had kept it for the end. But since you asked that question, Gurudev, let me go for that. So if you have seen the fees and all that on our website, whatever we have seen there for the PG program is for someone with a family income of 5 lakhs and above, right? So if your income is 5 lakhs and less, I mean not your income, your family's income is 5 lakh and less, we will discuss, understand, and come to a decision for how much scholarship should we give you, right? And when I say scholarship, it's not based on the merit scholarship that I'm talking about. It's based on your need. It's need-based scholarship. So I don't know, I mean, depending on your family's income, you may be eligible for a 50% scholarship. That means your fee, tuition fee and accommodation and dining fee comes down by 50% waiver, or you pay 50%, and if it's some cases we give 70% scholarship, that means you pay 30% of the fee. Now answering your second question, say for example somebody gets a 50% scholarship, that means he or she has to pay the remaining part of the fee. You could either fund it yourself, or we will help you find an educational loan. We have worked out that with the banks. So and the bank has got some specific documentation required, which is put up on the site, and that's it. You pay them after you complete your course. When you start earning, I think the repayment starts after 1 year, right? And the repayment period you can choose. I think some of the banks, the 2 banks that we have tied up at the moment are IDBI Bank and Syndicate Bank. So some of them have given, I think, even 10 years of repayment. 10 years repayment. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes,
so
yes.
You do work with the student help desk. So. Right, Gurudev, hope I answered your question. My advice to you is, at the moment, don't just prepare for the entrance and the interview, and try reading more about the sector. Find out why you want to do this program. Is this the right sector that you're choosing, right? And we will take care of the finance side of it. Okay. Gauri, I'm taking in the order in which I'm seeing those questions. Is that fine, Sheetal? So people who joined in late, we are trying this format for the first time. And we were using what we call a Google Hangout sometime last year, but I'm told Google Hangout is dead. Hangout is there. Going live on Google Hangout is not there, right? You can't go live on a Google Hangout, so they're calling it YouTube Live. So we are slightly nervous how this is going to go. so far so good. So I'll take Gauri's question. Gauri, I've applied for MA in education, MA public policy. So which area under social awareness? Oh, thank you. I should have clarified that. I'm lacking this. So since you asked the question, I just realized I missed that part. The entrance test is common for all. The questions that I said, the multiple choice questions that I told of 20 in English comprehension, 20 in logical ability, 20 in social awareness, that's common. That's common for all, irrespective of the programs you have chosen. Right? You will have to write a 500-word or a 2-page kind of a what we call a statement of purpose. That will be specific for the program. Right? So if it's MA education, we may ask you to write something about related to education. Development, we may ask you to write something around that. If it's policy and governance, we want you to know what is your idea about policy and governance. So you will write. Right? So hope that answers. So it's a common entrance test that 50 plus 20 plus 20, 90 questions is going to be common for all programs. You will write a statement of purpose which will be program specific, and if it's an LLM program, you will write an additional. I don't think anybody is here who have applied for an LLM. I would be glad to explain that also. Right? Mirza, I'm working right now. Can we apply for some stipend? And if yes, what are the criteria to be met? Right. So we did. Thank you, Mirza Beg, for asking that question. We've been receiving a lot of queries. Actually, we were discussing this morning that we should do one specific session for candidates with work experience. Right. We've been getting a lot of calls and emails asking the question around this. We will do one. I think we have to do one for working professionals for 2 reasons. One is this time is probably not good for them. They'll be at their workplace. We'll have to do it either on a Saturday or a Sunday. So short answer is there are monthly based project work available that again is on a need basis. We will evaluate and we'll have to give it to the person who really needs that. Right? So we're going to earmark and have that work could be something that you would want to do. It could be we don't have many projects as such, but still in the library we may have to spend some hours. You may have to write some small, do some small translation work for us. So there is. Okay. So Mirza, go to the admissions website, or go to our website. There is a section called admission. Look for a section called working professionals. Right. That should give you some answers. Right. Harshika, the entrance is on 22nd January 2017. Right, that's a Sunday, and you should hear from us very soon on that. Thanks for asking. And if you have filled the form, you should know the center by now. So we have 30 centers. So if wherever possible, we will have the test there, unless there is very few numbers. We have not done that. If you have very few numbers, we may have to drop the entrance test center, but that's it. Job opportunities if we opt for ME in development, right? It's today's session. I thought it could be a general chat, just to get an idea about what are the kind of questions and clarify specific queries. If it's a program specific, we will do program specific YouTube live session. Let me start getting used to that word of YouTube live session. We will have program specific sessions on upcoming in the month of December. Right? We will have one for development, one for education, one for policy governance. Right? But quickly to answer your question, Swami, there are plenty of non-governmental organizations, right, who come for placements every year, and your work will range from program management, program coordinators, working in the area of livelihoods, health, or education, or organizations which are working in the area of sustainability. There are plenty. Some of them may want to do research, so they may get into the field of research. So we'll have a separate session, right? More than the job side of it, I think you should start looking at what is this whole idea of development, right? What is this program all about? What is the curriculum? What am I going to learn? If you have dealt with that in your undergraduate program, very good, right? If you have not dealt with that in the undergrad program, try to get an understanding of that program. Why have you applied for a Azim Premji University, right? It's so that's good question, Vineet, that asking, is it equivalent to MA in social work, right? That is you asked that question at the right time. Telling Swami to understand more about the development program, right? See, social work, the way I look at social work, it's traditionally in India, if you look at the social work programs, it has evolved from sociology, right? It's the practice side, the action part of sociology. And if you look at a social work program, it will have something attached to it, in brackets like community health practice or counseling, right? Which we need people to go and work in the field. So there is a problem. We are creating social workers. Development program is not intended to create social workers in that sense. You could choose, right? You could choose to get into the real community work after MA development. But after MA development program, it's much more broad-based. Looking at the idea of development. Can we just, I think we're missing the questions, we'll have to go up. I'm seeing questions coming thick and fly, but we will answer. We have just finished 17 minutes, right? We have enough time to go. I will answer one by one. I'll do answer. So Vineet, the short answer is no, it is not equivalent. It's very, very different. The MA development program would look at the idea of development or the domain of development, what we is through different disciplinary lenses. So before that, let me explain you what do we really mean by development. Development is trying to look at what is that impacts human development or societal development, right? So the short answer is no, it's not equivalent. And the longer answer will come to you when we have a session on the MA development program, right? I'll come back, Vineet, to your question, but let me quickly take the other answers. What are the methodologies to teach? Is there field work in development studies as like in TISS? So Rishu, the quick answer to that as our program is not called development studies, right? The Azim Premji University program is called MA development. And the reason why I'm saying this is, the recent conversation probably yesterday with one of the candidate who called over the phone, and so it's not rural development. The program here, it's not development management. It's not development studies. It's development, right? And the reasons are multiple. I don't want to go into the details, but some of the programs could be very economics based, trying to look at through the lens of economics. Ours is not. We look at it through various disciplines of sociology, economics also, the impact of ecology in development, the political philosophy and the politics in India, how is that impacting development? So we will look at through the disciplines. Then there are interdisciplinary courses, so drawn from many social science subjects. And in the second year, the development program is more trying to look at through specializations like livelihoods, health, or law governance and sustainability. Right? Field work. So the way the field works, I mean, quickly answering that question, I think I'm talking more about the program and not the general one. But still, I think they should go back here with at least some directions to for them to read further. So Rishu, the way the field work is structured here is we have a weekly once what we call practicum. So the Wednesday is a day reserved where we want students to go out there and do practicums, which is an opportunity for you to immediately connect your theory with practice, right? And then I'm not, if you're asking me to compare with TISS, I'm not going to do that. I don't know much about how that program is structured, but wherever you go, such programs will have field practice, right? It will have field practice. It is all about how they've designed it, right? So I'm only telling you how it is designed here. Right? So we have weekly practicums, which is on a Wednesday, and then we have longer field engagements. It could be 2 weeks, it could be 4 to 6 weeks, it could be 6 to 8 weeks. What we call it different names: immersion, field internship, field project. So it is quite intense. So in terms of credits, in a 72 credit program, we have 2 plus 4 plus 6, 12 credits only for field work. Apart from longer field duration, apart from the practicum, right? I just take Gurudev's asked question. Gurudev, question about what was the question, Gurudev? You'll have to type it again for me. Sorry, I can't. I don't remember your question, Gurudev. Is it regarding? Yeah, we will have. I'll do it. You, Gurudev. The short answer to your question is: please go to our website. Admissions, Azim Premji University website, there is a page called admissions, and in that admissions you will see a section called working professionals. Please take a look, right? So the remaining part of the scholarship, we will help you find education loans, right? Mirza, good feedback. I think we'll keep that in mind to do it on a Sunday. Okay, let's see. I think we should do a quick survey to see what is the preferred day. Sunday, it's fine. We will do it on a Sunday. What are the examination centers in Bangalore? Oh, I don't know the location, but it's going to be definitely somewhere near Electronic City area. Sami, it's people who are watching us. The university location is located at a place called Electronic City, which is on the south side of Bangalore. Right? That's south. Yes. South, correct. Bangalore. So we haven't decided. Look, depending on the numbers, looking at this year, I think we may have more than one center. So you will have clarity on that early January. I've seen notification that the interview will be held somewhere in February, March. What if we have final examination in the month of March? Good question, Charan. The reason why we're spreading it is to make it flexible, so that we can come up with a date. We don't date which suits you best, right? So we will have it definitely 1 week. We will earmark in the month of March. 1 week we will have it. The other weekends in the February or something we will have it, right? Okay. Soumi, the reason why I'm asking you is because I've been working this in the past 4.5 years. I want to know about how I made it. Yes, that Soumi is a good question. I will let me look at the other questions and come back and answer you. I need to know which sector you have been working in NGO, right? And that probably will give me, because when you say NGO sector, it's quite wide, it's quite large. You could be working in education. And in education, you'll be working in curriculum design. Or if it's in development, are you working in the area of health? Are you working in the area of livelihoods? What is that you're doing? Then I can be able to answer how MA development program will complement your or the ideas or the knowledge that you've already gathered from the field, right? The short answer is to your question is we're looking at we would like to have around 30 to 40% of our student cohort with work experience, right? Because you bring in a lot of value from the field, which you could share with the students who are fresh out of college, right? So I'd like to explain this to you separately, right? Not over a YouTube live. Got it, Charan. We have. I think I completely get your point. We had this problem of doing it. Traditionally, we used to have it in the month of March for 2 weeks, and too much of rescheduling, examinations happening, not able to come to Hyderabad. Can I come to Bangalore? So that is one of the main reasons why we have spread it in February, March, and we will work out on a date which is suitable for you, right? Vineet, good that you asked about fellowship. I was going to talk about that, but then it completely slipped my mind, right? See, the fellowship program, right? Now the people who are watching me, people who are watching here, people who are applied to Azim Premji universities, the way I look at it is, they are the people who wants to genuinely work in the social sector, right? I mean, that's where they were looking at, trying to contribute in whatever way they can in bringing in some changes, some small change in this country. So, but this is for somebody who is valuing that PG degree, right? Because a postgraduate program having a PG degree will open up multiple opportunities, multiple avenues, right? The fellowship program is of Azim Premji Foundation, right? This university is also established by the Azim Premji Foundation. The fellowship program is for postgraduates who are working in any sector. I mean, they have to be working for at least more than 3 years and less than 10 years. They want to experience this sector. They want to know what is it like working in a social sector organization before I take the final decision. Right? It is for them. The fellowship program is designed for them. Right? So I'll repeat, it's the Azim Premji Foundation Fellowship Program is designed for postgraduates or somebody with a professional degree to experience that sector, and they have been working for 3 to 10 years in any sector. They can apply for the fellowship program. Right? But it doesn't give you, I mean, none of the fellowship programs will give you, it is a certificate program, right? Some may want you to pay money to do a fellowship, some of them will pay you. So Azim Premji Foundation's fellowship program gives you a monthly stipend. But it's for you to experience the sector. And if it's Azim Premji Foundation, you're going to work in the education space, right? We work mostly with the system, with the government schooling system, right? If I'm not answering, yes, you can. I can still ask question. Thank you, Gurudev. Hope I centers in Delhi, Gurudev. There'll be, I think more than one center in Delhi. Definitely, looking at last year's thing. We haven't decided. I mean, I think we looked at what we do generally is we start looking at the centers in the month of December. End of December is where we will start looking at the centers, right? Vineet, yeah, good question. You completed your MTech, still we are not feeling good in technical personal perspective. I want to change my career. I'm doing MSW. With doing MSW, is it correct for me? Oh, Vineet, I see. If you are asking me a career counseling kind of a question, right? I know nothing about you, right? And if I'm telling you something, if I'm going to guide you something, that's not going to be correct. Absolutely not going to be correct. You should be asking this question. Somebody who knows you for at least 5 to 10 years, they would guide you. So whatever I'm going to tell you is I'm going to make a very generic statement, right? I'm not answering because Vineet has asked me that question, correct? You have completed your post graduation. You want to change your career by doing MSW. Is it correct? So let me ask that question to myself, right? Do I value a PG degree in development or education or policy governance? Then you should. I would not really worry that yaar maine MTech kiya hai, I have got one PG degree, right? You should, because to work in the sector, you need lots of theoretical frameworks. You need to understand how our society is made of before you start intervening. You can't just go and start working in the social sector, right? But then you feel that no, I don't think I'll be able to engage with, spend 2 years in academically. It's going to be a rigorous program wherever you go. Rigorous in the sense, I'm not trying to scare anyone. You have to read and write and speak a lot, right? You have to come prepared for the classes, going through the articles. If you don't have the appetite to do all that, then what you should be looking for is a fellowship. Right? Since you already have a postgraduate degree, and so probably look for a fellowship, any fellowship programs. You get an idea that this is really, really good, right? And then get an idea, let me now go and do a postgraduate program. So I don't want to be saying anything further because I don't know you enough to be guiding you. What I said is a very, very generic statement, right? Thank you, Soumi. Hope I have clear. Let us look at the next questions. We have got only 2 more questions, right? Hopefully it will start coming. Am I audible enough? What do you think, Sheetal? I'm okay.
Yes,
You had a meter which was indicating that whether I'm speaking. That's fine. This volume is fine. They'll be able to hear me. And hopefully the streaming is also good. But if you feel that the streaming is not good, we are actually or not on a wireless network. It's a wide internet. Hopefully the stream quality is good. The audio quality is good. So please do give us feedback on that as well. Right? We can work on that. I'll take the question from Mesang. Become graduate with majors in international business and investment analysis. I work for an NGO for 1 year, and that made me change my decision. My question, will I be able to cope up? Thanks, Gurudev. Yeah, Mesang, thank you for asking that question. Actually, I had 2-3 questions which are not questions, 2-3 points that I wanted to make, and you did ask that question. Thank you for letting me know that I am audible. So this is how I will put it, Mesang, right? This is how I will try to answer your question, right? So if I go and ask somebody who's completing in the graduation, there's a lot of interest in those students to do post graduation. I'll ask them which stream will you do your post graduation. So somebody is doing BSc Physics will say MSc Physics. Doing BCom would say MCom. Doing MA in History, they would say, BSc would be MA History. Then we ask them much more deeply, why BSc and why MSc Physics? Do you really like physics? Not really. After BSc Physics, you have to do MSc Physics, right? Our program is for anybody, a graduate with any discipline, right? We do get students, of course, with a Bachelor of Arts background. We do get BCom students quite a lot. We do get engineers after the BTech. We do get BSW students, BPharm. I think except MBBS, we get from all undergraduate degree, right? Will I be able to cope up? The first semester will be slightly, you'll be introduced to areas like sociology, right? We're just trying to understand how is our society made of. It's not the sociology that you would do in college as such. Trying to look at the domain of education or development through sociology, right? You will be exposed to areas like philosophy or political philosophy. So you'll think BCom is mostly about our mathematics students, the science students. It's all very formula based, right? Balance sheet, accounting. Don't know, left hand side should match with right hand side. Social sciences, it's not formula based. There's no science may define family or define society. If it had been formula based, all the problems in the society we would have solved it by giving everybody one formula based pill into their mouth, right? They swallow it and they're all educated or developed. The question, will I be able to cope up? The quick answer is, you should be ready to read and read a lot, right? Engage, sit in the classroom, take part in discussions. Your classroom is not one way, one faculty comes in and gives you a lot of gyan. It's all about discussions and debates. You should turn in your assignments on time. First semester you'll find it slightly strange, what is this? But if you do all this what I said, you do your practicum task with utmost details, you go for field immersion, and it's all basically what I'm telling you is if you're academically disciplined, you will cope up. Alright? Right, I think there are a lot of questions coming in. Let me take one by one. Right, Sheetal, that's fine. We've got 25 minutes to go, yes, so that's good. I thought, when I came in, I was telling Sheetal this morning, looks like we may have to wrap it up in 20 minutes, but it's good to see. So it's good to see you all joining in and asking questions. Let me take Hari Krishna's question. And what is the scope of questions? And see, Hari Krishna, what I would suggest you to do is take a look at our previous year's question papers, right? So that will give you an idea. So it's more or less It's general social awareness is more or less current affairs. Little bit of history, but not history. We're not trying to test your memory. Right? Not when was the first battle of dates and all. It will not be like that. Take a look at those questions. You'll get an idea. Right? Akshat's question, right? I had not. Today's session is not to get into the program level details. We will have. I will get the faculty members, who have designed the program to talk about the program. But still, I will attempt. Right? I will attempt difference between political science and public policy and governance course. Correct. See, to understand complex public problems, right, and designing solutions for that. Let's talk about it. There are plenty, right? Plenty of complex problems. It could be poverty, or it could be the garbage problem in a city, not having enough water supply in time, or issue of stray dogs, right? And we know the problems, right? And then designing the solutions for that, right? It's very challenging, and there is no single social science subject or management subject which can address that, right? So political science is one discipline. Only using political science or becoming a political scientist, let me use that word, you cannot design solutions. You will have to draw ideas from various disciplines. So the public policy and governance program here is drawn from many subjects like political science. It could be anthropology and multiple areas, right? So that's a quick answer. That's a quick answer that public policy as a subject of inquiry is about how do we solve public problems, or how do we analyze how public institutions go about solving such problems. The disciplines that we're talking about does not deal with that, right? But having said that, that's a very, very good question that you asked. Who asked that question? Akshat, right? We will clarify this again when I have either Narayana or Sri Krishna who would come and tell you in much more clarity. Okay. But if you have a follow-up questions, if you want to do anything more about it, please do ask. What's the next question, Sheetal? Can you help me?
Yes, hello to you also.
Yeah. More sense. What makes more sense for a hands-on experiment? Someone is still looking at various career from social sciences, a fellowship for a PG program such as this. It's like this. Naina is a good question which I've asked myself. Like, some fellowship programs would need you to have a PG degree. They generally don't take graduates. Correct. Some fellowship programs which takes graduates. Now you have to ask yourself, during your graduation itself, when you're doing your graduation itself, you might have engaged little bit with community work or NSS or those kind of things. So you have an idea of what it's going to be. Okay? So you really don't need hands-on experience in that sense, because the programs that you're going to join, the PG programs that you're going to join, wherever it is, I'm not talking about only Azim Premji University, wherever you decide to join a PG program in this sector, in the social sector, they will have hands-on experience designed. It should have, right? It should have enough opportunities for you. So this is what I would guide. Again, the way I told Vineet, I cannot tell you what's right for you, Naina, right? That's what if it spends more time understanding how the programs are designed. Right? Look at the PG program that you liked. Right? To make it easier, let us take Azim Premji University's program. Right? Anything. Find out how much of integrated field practice is there while engaging with theory. You see that this is good. I'm getting enough time. 20% of the time in a week is set apart for field practice. That is, Wednesdays is a day for what we call a practicum, where we want students to go out and observe. So if it's an education program, the practicum sites are going to be schools, or the block education officer's office or the diet. And then you see that, oh, there is longer field engagement of 2 weeks, 6 weeks, and 8 weeks. So along with the theory, I'm getting hands-on experience. Right? Then you make that choice. I would recommend fellowship for students. I'm not talking specifically for 9, I'm just making a general statement for people who want to experience that sector, not very sure that social sector is the place where I want to be. Right? You only hear about opportunities in the government sector or in the private sector, but I'm glad that you're asking this question. I'm seeing a good interest in the country where there are many of them want to genuinely contribute. So if you're not very, very sure about the sector, spend time in fellowship, and who knows, after the fellowship, that organization may even offer you a job. But you are entering into a job without a PG degree. So I need to know, it's a very specific, I won't be able to guide you. So you will have to take that call, what's best for you, right?
What are the future prospects
See,
for development science?
I don't want to call it a development science as such, because science, when you use the word science, for me, who asked that question? So you can say Tirna. When you say science, for me, science is something that is based on a formula. A plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab, or a plus b a minus b equal to left hand side is right hand side, right? There is a formula that we should match. The development that we're talking about, it's not formula based, right? And the future prospects, look around you, right? Look around us, issues of poverty, hunger, sanitation, water, health, general well-being, clean cities, ecological issues. Who will solve them? Right? So, do I need to answer that question of having future prospects in that area of development? I can't tell you how many people are required if you want to call ourselves a developed nation or a developed country, or for that matter, any part of the world. Or if you're interested, you should go and look at why United Nations, or not why, or what is the idea behind the themes of sustainable developmental goals of United Nations, right? So what are the 17 SDGs? 16. The 17th one is partnership for goals. So the prospects are huge. It's huge, but you have to choose the area where you want to work, right? Hope that I answered that question. I graduated BCA, which course can I opt? Anas, you have to ask yourself, right? This is not like opting for an MCA, or somebody was done BSc chemistry will do an MSc chemistry. It's not like that, Anas. You have to ask yourself which is the area which you feel closer to your heart. Right? Somebody may want to see a change in the education system in the country. Right? When I say change, everything the way the things are handled in the country, starting from the classroom interaction. I still don't know why the teacher is standing and all the kids are sitting. They could have sat in a different way, could design a classroom in a different way. Right? They could go out and probably learn what they're learning, the seashore. Right? Why are all students assessed at the end of the semester, or end of why is there a university-wide examination, right? So if that is what you are trying to look at change, especially when I say MA education program, it's mostly looking at the elementary education, not at higher education. If that is your area of interest, you should opt for MA education. If your interest is in the development and allied areas of health, law, or governance, and sustainability, I want to see a sustainable world or sustainable society. If that is your area of interest, you should sign up for development. Right? If you want to understand how government institutions are running, what are they made up of, then you will sign up for public policy. And so there is no program here which is specifically catering to BCA or a BCom. Right? You make that decision. While reading, right? Or talking to people, yeah, right? Okay, hope I answered your question.
So the next question is, in short, he's asking, will APU help me to contribute towards society after studying from APU, after getting graduated?
Who's that? The Gurudev's? Yeah. Oh, in PG. Oh, right. Oh, that's a good question, Guru. See, the thing is, I think I should have said that even much before that, right? If you're thinking, what should I do for my post graduation, right? Gurudev, I'll answer your question next, right? Say somebody is doing BA Economics, and you are deeply interested that I want to understand more about economics. This is not enough. BA mein matlab dil nahi bhara hai, right? Types. What do you say? I don't know how to say. Some words are better said in Hindi. I want to understand more about get deeper into economics. Then you should go for a post-graduation in economics, right? For that matter, political science or whatever. This is an interdisciplinary program to really give you a flavor of everything and preparing you to work for the social sector. Gurudev, to your answer, you can contribute, but you will be looking at everything through the eyes of economics, right? As an economist, that's where you are focusing on. You can get into the area of if you want to do your higher studies or PhD, you can look at the developmental aspects through economics. That's also possible. I did not quite understand. Will APU help me to contribute towards getting? But absolutely. I mean, here, let me put it this way, like Gurudev, your answer, right? When we say we are going to give you both, right? Before you start, I'm answering a question somebody had asked me, why do I need to learn so much to work in the sector, in the social sector? Can I just start or not start working, right? The answer that comes in our mind is, you spend 4 to 5 years or more than that before you become a doctor, right? You need to understand the way the human body is. When you put medicine, what happens to the body, right? Then take decision. Engineers also spend 4 to 5 years. If it's automobile engineer, they would have spent a lot of years to understand the cars and the machines, right? Before they start. In the same way, you come here, we will give you. I'm not equating it to. It's not in that way. Equating to a human body. It's much more complex actually to understand how the society is built. So that is where we will give you perspectives. We will give you ideas. We will give you knowledge. We will give you competencies, capabilities to work in the sector. Okay. Umang, that's a good question. Let me tell you one thing we are working on. Could you the loans? See, the loans are available for all, Umang, right? The loan is available not only for students who are on scholarships. It's open for anyone. So if just go to the website, you will see a section which is very clearly explains what are the documentations required for loans and things like that, right? I'll move to the next question. Offering any job for, I didn't understand, Punna Reddy, your question, you may have to ask me.
He's asking, do you offer work for the ex-students who passed out?
No, when graduates who are passing out are employed by other organizations, right? There are plenty. The placement season is going to start in January, so you just keep track. You will have, you'll know where all they get placed, and it's been almost near 100% placement. 100% placement. So they will. We don't. I mean, Azim Premji Foundation does come every year for recruitment. So if that is the question, yes. The university as such is not recruiting our own students because they are needed elsewhere. Gauri, areas of interest are social stability, children's rights, democratic reforms, governance, and public policy. Oh my God! So that's not quite broad, right? So I think I will take that question later when we're doing a specific program, right? You could do MA education, try to understand how children learn through in the child development and learning. Try to understand about education policy in school system, get exposed to ideas of right to education, right? Also learn about education policy in school systems, correct? In the first year. The second year you could choose electives related to governance. You could choose electives related to child rights, and then still do that. You could also choose MBA development, and then do electives and understand more about how is the impact of what are the interlinkages between development and education, right? So I can't give you a quick answer as to which course should I do, because your areas are it's quite ranging for everything, right? So the option here is what I've seen them doing is, in the second year there is an option of specialization, right? After going through the core courses, you can specialize in one area. If you've chosen development, you will specialize in livelihoods or health, sustainability, law, governance. Without specialization, they will do pick and choose from all areas, what we call a general program. So you pick any program and choose a general track, you will be able to achieve your areas of interest, right? In the second year, Gauri, if you don't like any of our electives, right, we have an option of, I think, each program, total electives are around 100 now, by the way, around 100 elective choices across all programs. If you don't like any of the electives, you can design your own course, what we call an independent study. So it's that flexible. Right? I'll just move on. Gauri, if I do not answer, it needs much more broader clarification, which I will definitely provide when we do a program specific one. I think we should a lot of specific program specific questions coming in. We should do one on education on a week, and the same week it can be development, policy governance. We should do one for law also. Right? And these are very, very interesting questions, which we should take at least 10 minutes to answer. Which the question Gauri is answering will help many others also.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need 100% scholarship is possible, but only for the real needy, right? Needy. We will look at it and then offer, right? Punnareddy, in what ways is your course better than other university courses? I don't know which course you are talking about, so you'll have to ask me some more specific question, right? Pranabandhu, should I leave my current MNC job with a sound income to join IPS when interest is inclined to work in development sector? If yes, can you please talk something about scopes and opportunities? A quick answer, I think, Pranabandhu, fantastic question. There are many who have done that, right? Many who have, I will have to put you in touch with our alumni who are out there, who have done exactly what you're doing. But we will have a separate session for you for working professionals. I've been getting a lot of questions, a lot of interest, which is really good. People in other sector wanting to move to social sector and how we can go about it. If you go on to our website, azimpremjiuniversity.edu.in, there is a section called admissions. On that there is a page called working professionals. It's a very, very one pager where you could read about what are the scopes and opportunities in the development sector. Okay. What can I do for India after pass out of MA? Huge, right? I mean, I don't want to be. Just look at. Just go to a website called. I think I recently stepped upon this website, and I'm not promoting the website in any way. It's called NGO Box, and there is one older one called DevNet Jobs, something like that, right? Look at the job postings there. The kind of people required to work in India in the development sector, right? Plenty. So when you say what can I do for India after passing out an MA development, you have to tell me which area in India you want to contribute. Do you want to contribute in the area of education? Do you want to contribute in the area of improving the livelihoods? Do you want to work in the area of sanitation or water or public health? Why everyone is going to private hospitals to get treated? How do we improve our public health system so that 70%, 80% of the people in the country get decent medical care? So, plenty. I can go on and on, Anas. If you ask me, which are the areas to work in the country in the development sector. Okay. You should, since you asked that question, I think one document that you should read is the Human Development Report that comes out every year, published by the United Nations, and then see where does India rank, right? Where is India's rank in the Human Development Report in a list of 180 countries? That will give you an idea what I can do for the country. Thanks for asking that question. Good one. Akshat, how is the placement for public course at APU? I would know that answer only in 2017 May, when the first batch of public policy students graduate, right? Then we would know what kind of placement. We don't generally disclose the. We don't want to be telling the. Oh, you asked the average package. So average package, I can tell you based on what you're saying. Now, I'm not talking about the policy and governance. A graduate who was fresh out of college, who has completed our programs, we have seen them getting anywhere between 25 and 30, right? So that's the average monthly salary that somebody
It depends
would
on the
get.
work experience.
That's correct. People who come with work experience, they may give, if the organization recruiting sees that, oh, he's going to bring in a lot of process ideas, process knowledge, or project management ideas, they may give a higher pay packages, right? Oh, which firms hire? I would, Akshat, I would suggest go to our website. There is something called placements page. There will be a placement brochure. It would have listed the names of organizations that have come here for placements. It's a big list, right? If I start now I'll finish probably by only at 6:37. It's that big a list. And there are some organizations that keep coming every year. So that'll give you the answer. Okay. Thank you. Punna Reddy, is your course helpful for running an NGO of my own? Oh yes. There is a student driven. Of course, there's a faculty mentor. We have what we call a social enterprise cell. So. You will have a lot of people to network and learn about how to set up your own enterprise. We do have electives in that area on social enterprises and organizational form, right? And when I say NGO, it could be in different forms. It need not be an NGO. It can be a profit-making social enterprise also, right? Rutuja, I won't repeat. I'm a graduate BA. Which course do you suggest best for me? I cannot career counsel you because I don't know you enough to tell you, Rutuja, right? I can tell you the three themes, right? And for us, all the three themes are important if you're looking at system change. That's the reason we have chosen to be in education. When I'm talking about themes, THEMES, themes I'm talking about is education, development, public policy, and governance. We need youngsters in all three. So you decide which theme or which path would you take for change, right? Go to the next question, Sheetal. I applied for both PPG and development. So the SOP, the statement of purpose, Mayuk, will be on your first preference, right? We will try to evaluate you on the first preference, and where possible, we will try to give you an offer for your first preference. If you clear our selection process. If it does not, we will offer you the second preference. Okay. Is there any scope to get a job in the foreign countries with your course? I don't know that. There is the quick answer being the entire program is with India as the context, right? It's not preparing you for. I don't know what you mean by job in a foreign countries and which course you're looking at. Will you get later? I don't know that. But the entire what we're talking about is, or to give you an example of one course in the development program, is political philosophy and politics in India, right? Or in education sector, it's the name of the program is Education Policy and School Systems. We are talking about the national education policy of India, right? Or the public policy governance program is looking at the philosophical foundation of constitutional institutions, which are based in India. So it is with India as the context,
we are preparing, if you ask me, my personal thing is we are preparing for people to work with India as a context. Getting a job in foreign countries, I have no idea. Right? People do ask this question in terms of UNDP and WHO, but you joining a program should be not looking at a organization in mind. They should, once you finish your master's program, they should come and chase you. Right? You should not be chasing a job. Can you say a bit about interview? My interview will have a separate thing, but it's generally trying to understand two things basically. As to if you've chosen a program, why you have chosen the program. I'm not trying to understand the domain, your understanding of a domain, but what is your areas of interest. It's not going to be an interview like what you would expect in other places. It's not going to be a very stern. It's going to be a friendly chat through which we will try to, you have to be relaxed. We will try to make you relaxed so that we know what kind of a person you are, and will you really fit into this sector of what we call the social sector or the development sector, right? We'll try to see the academic. It's a rigorous program, right? You'll have to read and write a lot, so they will try to see how much you have engaged in your undergraduate program. If you say you are an economics student, they may just quickly ask you something on economics, right? So it's going to be a friendly chat. Okay, Samir, job scope. You have to tell me where, which is. Have you decided which area you want to work, right? So if I can talk about the placements, we do get 90 to 100 organizations coming every year, and there is requirement, right? This sector is fast growing, but the jobs is for people who are engaging with the curriculum, right? So you come here, you go through the attend classes, understand what we're trying to do, engage with the field practice, plenty. Go through the placement site. Right, we have 700 of our graduates out there, right? So you will be the 7th batch. So 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So there are 700 graduates out there. It's very easy to find out from them. Catch hold of somebody on social media, find out what they're doing, what is the work, is there scope? Plenty, right? Anas, you should spend some time on the website. There is an entrance examination, Anas. The syllabus is you should again see the pattern. It's English comprehension, numerical, general logical ability, general and social awareness. What method should I follow to get admission there? Start reading. Try to more about what's happening around you. Right? Don't be a very closed person. Only reading what you like. Read the entire newspaper, what's going on in the country, not only the sports page or the business page. Read the opinion of different people and authors. Form your own opinion. You don't have to believe what they are writing, right? Are you able to come up with your own opinion, right? So that could be a quick answer to how you would prepare, right? Ongoing session for working professionals, 18 months experience now, am I eligible for foundation? See, the foundation interview you may not be eligible. Prabandhu, to your answer is 18 months is it's too short. It's too short a time in terms of the quality and experience in your organization itself. We should, after 2 to 3 years is where the foundation would invite applications for fellowship, right? So maybe not, right? Maybe not. The day for working professionals, we probably do it in the month of December, or if you find somebody else, if we can do that also. Unfortunately, I'm traveling the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, we could have done it. Mirza, as a Gandhi fellow. We get placed usually within 25 to 30. You did say placement depends also on work experience. So, see, Mirza, what I was trying to say is, somebody comes with work experience here, say 5 years or 3 to 4 years of work experience here, and do this program. When they go for the interview, they can talk about their previous work experience also. So some of the organizations may give you a slightly lead role in their organization. So in that sense, your pay package may be slightly higher. That's what I was trying to say, right? Somebody with work experience bring in a lot of other capability, not just the maturity I'm talking about, some ideas of the previous domain where they have worked, right? So let me go to the next question, Sheetal.
That's it, sir.
That's it. Okay, good. I think we're finishing on the right time. Right, we have exceeded 5 minutes, but that's good. We'll just hang around for 1 more minute and just see any questions coming in. So thank you very much to all of you who took some time. Sparing 1 hour is not that easy for you all, but you did do that. Thank you for making it engaging. Thank you, Sheetal, for setting this up. Right, I think we should do this whenever we can. But with different topics. We should do more in December, closer to the when are we closing applications? That it is 12th of January. Yeah, we should do one closer to that, and then engage with them. We should get in faculty members to speak with them, right? Some of them they will be able to answer that. We should get our scholarship team, Sneha Kumari, to come and discuss that once, right? We should get our students to interact with them once, right? Oh, will they be off on vacation?
Yes.
But I think some of them are doing their internship here. We can the ones who are doing internship in Bangalore, we can invite them. Who else can we call? We should, of course, we should call our placement team. So placement, I think probably I will call in the month of January once the placement season starts. So they'll be able to tell them the kind of organizations coming in. So we will probably prepare a calendar for you to apply and tell them. So, good night. Enjoy your rest of the evening. We'll see you sometime later. Bye.
Bye.